I think probably the most important way at the moment is by making sure that we can uphold global economic cooperation. I think when we have had periods of crises or periods of destruction after war, what we've seen is that societies which are able to rebuild themselves the most successfully are those which are able to work together across countries and across regions to assist their economic recovery.
So I think that the decoupling that we're seeing at the moment between the US and China seems such a step backwards from all that we achieved in the 20th century. I think a real factor in play here is the Trump administration not being able to articulate what's realistic and what they actually want from China. And this all roots down to a lack of understanding about China from the Trump administration.
I think what's key is that employers and organisations that students may want to work with in the future are really going to want to see that students have used this time effectively and in a substantive way to develop their own skills. So my suggestions would be to look for internship opportunities, to look for online courses in different fields that they might be interested in, to try and gain new expertise or to learn a new language.
I think the most important thing out of everything is that politicians should not try and capitalize on this pandemic. What needs to be done is to save lives. I think what the government needs to do most is to really try and put attention, to concentrate their attention towards saving small, medium enterprises, investing in small, medium companies, because small, medium enterprises are the backbone of the economy.
So I think what's important to remember here is that US-China relations have been strained for quite some time now, before COVID even. And I think it's been slowly deteriorating year by year. It's probably going to take quite some time and quite a lot of trust building between both parties to improve those relations. I think the most challenging thing for a number of countries at the moment is how will they balance their relationship with both China and the US at the same time. I'm worried that maybe what we'll see is a number of countries turning more inwards and looking inwards as a result of struggling to balance this relationship between China and the US.
I think the relationship between China and US is very tricky at the moment. There needs to be less blame of who's done what and more how can we take this and work together to find a solution. We're dealing with a different enemy here. It's not a power, it's not a country, it's not a person. It's a disease that affects all of us. And so there's no one person that you can blame for all.